Latino-based artist, right? So there's a lot of Latinos, a lot of Chicanos out in Houston, out in Texas, period, right? A lot of the Southeast is like that. So that's how they were able to get in, and then at a certain point tapped in with Viva Mezcal. Mezcal went out there, performed, and that's how that bridge was sort of, began to get built. And then those fools have been coming out here ever so often. I think we see them I've probably seen them 3-4 times in the last 6 months or something.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Well, I know that they've done shows at the Boulevard. I know that they came and performed too. I remember when 60 East was doing a show at the Boulevard to find contestants for the Thop Fest.
Yes,
I remember they came out and performed, and we had tapped in. And then there was another occasion I remember before that they came out before Lighter Fluid, and then I think I've seen them one time after the Lighter Fluid. Yeah.
Chop had his album listening party at
yes, that's what
the Boulevard. Right, the Boulevard.
And the Boulevard's a nice tight spot. I mean that place is fun. I like just the vibe. It's just subtle.
It feels like the dojo is what I call it, because it's
the dojo.
Yeah, because a lot of fools from Southeast LA, East LA, Northeast always find themselves out at the Boulevard.
At the bully.
But we also seen Coast Contra was out there when Third Person had assembled and created their project and put it out. So Coast Contra is now, they worked with Toby and Wigwe and had major success on their new album. So you never know who's going to pop out at the Boulevard.
And with everything too on that decision, what made you guys, because I know you do, when I went the last year, we had that little showcase before. Was this the album listening party, is that to kind of replace the vibe or that part of the conference, like how you guys did, or is just part of it? It was just something that got brought to the table? And
Exactly. I think it's just part of it. I think it's an extension of Lighter Fluid and 86 Inca doing that
collaborating
work.
with other artists. Yeah.
Exactly. So EOTR and 86 Inca combined to make Lighter Fluid, but out of that, obviously, you network, you meet people. So in that sphere, I guess it's the Lighter Fluid
east
sphere.
East of the river, too, that's Viva's, right? That's Viva, and then 86 Inca is 86 Inca.
86 Inca is Audio P, and why am I blanking?
It's the homie.
Yeah, the homie. It's 86 Inca, and Freddie. It's I Above.
Okay.
I Above, who are the two.
So those
two
four together, that
Inca.
makes Lighter Fluid.
Exactly.
Okay, for sure. And Lighter Fluid is 2 years old, right? Is this
almost 3?
Almost 3. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be 3 in actually I think it's March. I think 3 years now.
3 years coming up here. Yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm coming up on 3 years for me. This summer, July will be 3 years for me. So I feel you there. Just, I feel like I've done so much. It's been 5-6 years, but then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels like so many lifetimes in a short time.
Yeah, right? And before, we wrap up the show here tonight, we got about 10 minutes. I just wanted to talk a little bit about your guys' music. So that track that we had played before the Five Finger, that was Agua, Bobby Boucher. Take it, you're a big fan of Waterboy. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. What went into that track? What made you, did you just want to tribute the Waterboy? Are you just that? I know you got the Waterboy jersey, but what went into this song?
Well, that song is a reflection of the hood, especially the neighborhood that I grew up in, and just seeing, treating water as a resource, right? Water is probably, as humans, is our biggest resource that we have, and that we need. And, the hood doesn't have many resources. So for me, it was more so the lack of water. And then Bobby Boucher, Waterboy, kind of like that played into it. But if you listen to the verses are very much more so, just talking about social issues that I have
endured and have gone
exactly
through.
Or that I'm seeing within my neighborhood. Not an extension of obviously what I don't know out in the world, because I think there's folks who do that. I just wanted to strictly
falsify, focus on what you know and what you've done. Keep it to that. You don't need to spread false misinformation or anything like that.
Exactly. So that's what it was. And then heard the beat, and I always sort of freestyle. Not sort of. I always freestyle the hook first. That's what I enjoy most.
Drum it up somehow.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just put 2 and 2 together, and it just, I don't know, it just worked itself out. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. And Gmoe, with your music, I was bumping a little bit of your catalog. You got the 90210, right?
90201.
90201, okay.
Yeah.
And then you got Everywhere with Viva. I had that in my catalog, and I was like looking for songs for your post, and I was like, oh, I got Everywhere. We're putting Everywhere.
Yeah, Everywhere's a cool song.
That's that guy that boot.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's got that's got some good bop to it. I know bangers. And that's a banger.
I appreciate that. And then, it helps to have the homie Mescal on it too. You know what I mean? Like, yes.
Viva did his thing on that. The pocket changes, the flows, the rhythm, just everything. Y'all killed it. That's a great track. And do you have, I know you do singles right now from what I see on the DSPs.
Yeah.
Do either of you guys have an album coming out?
I'm working on something.
Gmoe, working on something, or just drop some singles?
Nah, I'm working on something, and I'm kind of going crazy about it right now. Like I'm in the middle of it, so
I'm there with you. I'm trying to do my project, and I'm almost there. I'm just like almost there.
Yeah.
But then
sometimes you don't even want to talk about it. You're like,
I gotta save that pain for later when I'm in the studio.
I just say I'm working on something. Y'all will figure out what it is when I start rolling it out.
No.
The rollout would be a little well thought out.
No, I know.
But no, there's artists out there who could do that. That's a blessing.
Russell, man, he dropped that album with Hit Boy
out of nowhere.
And then I was like, okay, cool. I'm starting to get into this, and I open my Spotify to listen to that, and then it's like new Lil Russell album. I'm like, didn't he just
drop?
Didn't he just drop? Right? Have you guys ever been like that with say music or anything, like working in, say, a team setting with lighter fluid? You guys are very, very well organized. Is your music the same way, or your personal stuff? Is there anything that you've learned from lighter fluid? Obviously, you have. I know you've applied some things from working with these guys, that has helped your music career.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing? We'll each drop one gem here for you that you think that's helped you improve as an artist.
Probably networking. Is probably the biggest one for me.
Yeah. And Gmoe, what's the biggest thing that you've gotten out of lighter fluid?
I would say organization.
Yeah, and what is it about the organization from lighter fluid that helped you balance out, say, your checks and balances, not in a monetary, but just same balance, like checks and balances?
Yeah, so like when you ask if I'm working on a project, I am working on a project, and before I would kind of just not necessarily wing it, but I would just do as I feel, know, and then working with lighter fluid behind the scenes, everything is very intentional. So I just learned how to be more intentional with my actions and my moves.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Which is great because you have to, have determination, and you have to make sure it's the right decision. Yeah. Has there ever been, say, a time, though, where you kind of gotten frustrated at all? Are there any frustrating moments?
Every day.
No, but with working with just doing these shows, do you find yourself sometimes taking a breather and remembering why you're doing it, who you're doing it for,
or having to do that?
Yeah, just
plenty of times.
Yeah, take a breather.
Yeah.
But what do you tell yourself? Do you remind yourself of something?
It's bigger than you.
Yeah,
that's what I have to remind myself.
Your ego and your problem don't matter.
Well, not even that. I think it's just there's high energy. There's very little sleep. So there's a lot of sleepless fools. Just trying to make something help. Yeah, trying to bang energy out, and you get caught up in the small things sometimes that you're this is not working. This is not working. And you kind of start then trickling down, and you're like, whoa. I have to take a step back and no. We couldn't figure this out, but there's this that we can do. There's the XYZ, changing your state of mind. But that's pretty much it. I mean, anytime you work with a lot of people, it could be
stressful.
Hectic,
yeah, definitely.
For sure.
And as before we wrap in here, we'll make sure you guys to drop your social media. But where can everybody, just so we can make sure, what's available still ticket-wise? Because I know you sold out for the conference, and then you guys added some tickets. Do you know how many tickets are still available for that Saturday hip hop conference? Probably not too many, right?
Probably not too many, and I wouldn't be able to put a number on it. But if you're out here listening, I would say do it ASAP. If you can't get in, show up, and maybe we might squeeze you in. You never know.
You never know. But guys, before we do take off here, we'll start with Gmoe. If you want to go ahead and drop your handles, so where people can find your music and whatnot.
Yeah, so for the music platforms is Gmoe, Gmoe, and then on Instagram, that's the most active social media, it's non-Gmoe, non.gmoe.
And that's on Instagram, correct?
Yeah, that's just Insta. Everywhere else is Gmoe.
Okay, for sure.
Insta, non-Gmoe.
And do people ever confuse you for like Gmoe ski or anything like that?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Shout out Gmoe Ski with the game cubes.
Yeah, right. And Mirage, where can people find you on DSPs and on social media?
Yeah, all DSPs would be Mirage, M-I, capital R-A-G-E. And then on social medias, it's _ Mirage Music. That's for both X, which was Twitter before, and Instagram. You feel me? And off of that, you can find, you hit the link in the bio, and you can find me everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and if you see me, I might just, use my... I got a doc card, so you can find me on there too.
Tap cards, man. I'm still on the business card. I've been using those lately. But last thing I do want to do before we step out, I do like to ask my guest this: what one piece of advice you could give the world right now, or to someone out there who's going through something? Like, what's something some game you could spit out to the world in everyday class here?
You want to take that one first?
On the spot. I'm gonna say to my younger homies, fail fast. You know what I mean? Just do things, fall on your face, and get back up. The more you do something, the more you're gonna figure out what it is you actually want to do.
Definitely. And Mirage, is there anything you can do to expand on what he said, or any tips of advice to the world?
I think just slow down. I think everybody's trying to make. Especially with social media, I think you have to be very calculated in how you move, unless you want your music to be burnt out.
Yeah, exactly. And having self-awareness and being able to address the situation is pretty important too. And I feel like you guys handle yourself very well. You guys got a lot of great things going on for you too. We got the Lighter Fluid 7, and you'll probably do another Lighter Fluid before the end of the year. At least probably get 8 in for sure.
A lot more music too from everybody.
All you guys are dropping, definitely. And I'm looking forward to just sneaking out when you guys got some open mics or whatever, get some reps, get some stage time in.
At Lighter Fluid.
Yeah?
We're going to have an open mic before. It's the first time they're doing it, so you just got to get there early, put your name on the list.
Sign up and
and then you get a song.
I got a single dropping that day, my first ever single.
Hey, that sounds perfect, bro.
Oh, man.
It's there.
Hey, if you want to hear Pure Dope live for the first time at Lighter Fluid, and I get there on time, make sure you come check me out. I got my album dropping on 4/20, Pure Dope Disc 1. I got the single coming out this upcoming Friday featuring Cusio X and Classified. Straight banger.
Yeah, and it's free 90. Oh, the conference is free 90.
Oh, I was gonna be like,
for the showcase. You gotta pay for the show.
How much are tickets on it? Like $20?
Something like that.
That's not too bad.
I don't even know.
I should know.
Sacrifice your 8.
I'm gonna say it's anywhere from 10 to 20. If you go to me, it'll be 20. If you go to Gmoe, it'll be 10.
What does that mean?
I might pocket some change.
It's like from Benchwarmers and gives them the $10 bill.
Yeah.
I am 12. No.
Yeah.
Given the shipping and handling fee, it's $20, dog.
Yeah. Can you ship me up the stairs now? No. All right, guys. It's been such a fun time out here. We're gonna have to let y'all go, and until next week. We got some good guests coming up. We got a few singers coming on. We're going to be switching up the mix for the month of March. We actually have some small businesses. I know I got Roadrunner bags coming out. Shout out to my boy Cody and the All City Grand Prix bike race. Shout out to you guys for getting me some guests. And thank you guys for coming out. It means a lot to me.
Yeah,
and I'll be seeing you this Saturday over at the conference helping out.
Sir.
And then we'll probably see you on Friday to get some open mic time in. But we are just going to ride out here with, some more American Dream, because I've really been feeling this album. I don't know. I feel like the bar is 21. They're just going over people's head, man. Yeah. But thank you, guys. Until next week. Have a good weekend.
Peace.
Peace.